Hey guys, Johnny back with another concert recap. I know it's been a while. I haven't really done a whole lot this month. October was fucking crazy, so I had to take some time to breathe and sleep and shit. But I did go to a concert, so I'm going to make a video about it, even though I wasn't really planning on going to this concert. But I did, so here we are. This is about the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. It's one of two shows that they played this previous Saturday in Denver, Colorado, part of their annual winter tour thing. And I'll start by saying, wow, man, this blew me away. I was not expecting to enjoy this. I mean, I was expecting to enjoy it, but I wasn't expecting to enjoy it this much. This is insane. I can't even describe to you how it felt walking out of there. I was just baffled. I could not believe how good of a time I had. And this and that, like I said, I wasn't even planning on going. My grandparents and cousin and mom and everything like that was going. They had an extra ticket. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So, I went. Holy crap. I figured I'd go because it's something to do. I did not think that I would walk out of there thinking, A, this is probably the coolest concert I've ever been to, and B, I won't be surprised if this squeaks into my top 10 of the year. Like, this is one of my favorite shows that I've been to in a while, so obviously this year. And man, was it crazy. But we'll start with the venue like I usually do. We'll start with the Pepsi Center. And the Pepsi Center, awesome venue. Nothing really bad to say about it usually. Not a bad seat in the house, yada yada, stuff like that. But I will say this time it was a bit of a fiasco getting in. So the show was supposed to start at 3 according to the tickets. Luckily it ended up not starting until 3:30. Either way, we got there at 2:30, because we're like, oh, half hour, that should be enough time to get in there. Well, it wasn't. We didn't get in there. Luckily the show started late, right? Because we didn't even get in there until after 3:30. Like, we got there half an hour early, an hour early technically, and we still fucking missed the first 10 minutes. And so I'm assuming that's an error on the Pepsi Center's part and not TSO, but I don't know who to blame there, but that was some bullshit, and that really sucked. And when we got in, we were 10 minutes late. There was still thousands of people outside. There's people walking in half hour, 45 minutes late. I felt bad for them, man. Like, that sucks. They got ripped off. There should be some compensation there, but like I said, I don't know how that happened. I don't know whose fault that is, but besides that, nothing really to bitch about with the venue, like always. But so we'll get into the show. And I'll start with, first off, I didn't know how this would go. I've heard of them before, stuff like that. I know they do the Christmas music, so I wasn't sure how this would go. And it was a two-part concert, which was real cool to see. So the first part was like them telling a story, right? So they'd play a song, and then a narrator would come out, and they'd show like a clip from, their story out of a movie or something on the back screens. And that was real cool, and that lasted for about an hour, and then the story ended or whatever. Then they came out, they introduced everyone, and then they started playing again. And then after the halftime, I guess, in the middle, it just turned into a straight up rock concert. It was awesome. Like, I mean, I didn't expect to enjoy it this much. It was insane. I can't even describe it. And I like orchestra music too, but this wasn't that. I mean, they had that obviously, but they had all the pyro. The stage was hands down the biggest and the coolest, most complex stage I have ever seen out of all the concerts I've been to, which is a lot if you know me. This is the coolest stage I've ever seen. It's easily a $10 million stage. I think that's lowballing it. This thing's crazy. Everything on it was moving. There was a big, like a stage bridge thing that came down and hooked up with these risers. There was this triangle thing that was on fire, close to us in the crowd that also lit up. There was, 6 or something like that, big screens. And usually the stage, the Pepsi Center, sits in the middle of the arena, and there's some space on each side. This thing went all the way across up into the stands. It stretched across the whole length of the arena. It was insane, and it kind of needed to too, because A, all the pyro and effects and shit they had, but B, at points there was like 20 people on the fucking stage, which is cool because they kept bringing out different people for backup and stuff. But yeah, man, it was an exciting, awesome show. Laser light show was phenomenal. This is the coolest concert I've ever been to. The only complaint I have was it got a little long at the end. It's like, okay, they're wrapping it up, and then they'd play another song, and that song would be awesome, but it just wasn't really necessary. I'm like, oh, they could have wrapped it up. I would have been fine or whatever, but they didn't. But it was still cool. I mean, like I said, besides playing too long, it's kind of hard to bitch about a concert going too long. Usually they're too short. So I don't really know how I feel about that. But I will say that there was a time at the end where I kept thinking it was going to end, and then it didn't end. So, yeah, there's that. But besides that, yeah, phenomenal. Definitely going back next year. I was curious because this comes by every year, and it sells out every year. And I'm like, how does something with orchestra in the title, but how does something that comes by every year still continue to sell out and keep people coming back year after year? Now I know why, because it's fucking awesome. So if you haven't seen this show yet, definitely go see it. And yeah, they're known for their Christmas music and stuff, but TSO is a fucking rock band, and I kind of knew that because I know they play festivals and stuff every now and then. Obviously not the scale of this, but yeah, man, it was insane. There was some cool shit. Yeah, it was awesome. They came down into the crowd a couple times, pretty close to in front of us. That was cool to see. I like when they do that. I mean, I didn't know any of the musicians, so it wasn't, you know, that cool, but it was cool because I like seeing people from bands and stuff do that. So, yeah, that's what I got to say about that. Told you guys at the end of my last video, I'm starting this new webpage, Facebook, YouTube thing, No Voice by Choice. I got the channel up yesterday. There's no videos on it or anything, but go give that a subscribe. Go to the Facebook page and give it a like. We're already at like 500 or 600, so that thing's moving along. Hopefully that'll turn into something. But if not, my next video should be coming up next week. I think on Monday I'm going to see The Pretty Reckless. I don't think I'm doing anything before that, so that'll probably be my next video. So subscribe and come back and check out that shit. So until next time, see ya.